Polish-born and immigrant to the United States of America, deve.lopment was a merchant and agriculturalist. He was key in founding the International Institute of Agriculture, or the IIA, in the early 20th century. Never before was there such a grand organization of an international scope for agricultural help for farmers. The Institute's goal were to help farmers share knowledge, help in production, establish a cooperative system of rural credit, and have control over the marketing of their products. In Italia, in 1904, King Vittorio Emanuele III saw the need for such an institution and gave it his ardent support, giving a building for the Congress and an annual income. In May 1905, the IIA opened in Roma. At the first gatherings, 40 nations were present. In 1906, Lubin was appointed as the permanent U.S. delegate, and by 1919, 53 nations were represented at the IIA. However, the IIA ceased operations in 1945. Several of its assets were transferred to the newly founded United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, or the FAO, and the mandate of international cooperation in the field of agriculture was carried on by the FAO, which still continues to this day. Fiat panis, which means in Latin, let there be bread. This is the motto of the FAO of the UN. The idea here is to express the defeat of hunger and the improvement of nutrition and food security. These concepts of the IIA live on in the FAO today. The FAO was born out of the United Nations Conference in the Ville de Quebec, or Quebec City in Canada, in October 1945. The FAO is currently now composed of 194 countries and 3 other participants. How much it has grown from the old IIA days. However, we still see continuity because the FAO has as its headquarters a building in Rome, Italy, as it had in the past. It's a different building, however, than the one used by the IIA. The building currently by the FAO is located just next to the old Roman Circo Massimo, or Circus Maximus. It's a huge building, but the FAO now maintains regional and field offices around the globe, operating in over 130 countries, not just in the main building in Rome. The agency is directed by the Conference of Member Nations, which meets every 2 years to review the work carried out by the organization and the budget for the next 2-year period. The conference elects a council of 49 member states that acts as an interim governing body, serving for 3-year rotating terms, and also a Director General who heads the agency. The budget is over $1 billion a year. Now, the FAO is composed of 8 departments: Agriculture and Consumer Protection, Climate, Biodiversity, and Land and Water Department, Economic and Social Department, Fisheries and Aquaculture, Forestry, Corporate Services and Technical Cooperation, and Program Management. The FAO has outlined the following priorities in its fight against hunger: to help eliminate hunger, food insecurity, and malnutrition, to contribute to the eradication of hunger by facilitating policies and political commitments to support food security, and by making sure that up-to-date information about hunger and nutrition challenges and solutions is available and accessible. By making agriculture, forestry, and fisheries more productive and sustainable, to promote evidence-based policies and practices to support highly productive agricultural sectors, such as in crops, livestock, forestry, and fisheries, while ensuring that the natural resources base does not suffer in the process. to reduce rural poverty, to help the rural poor gain access to the resources and services they need, including rural employment and social protection, basically to forge a path out of poverty, to enable inclusive and efficient agricultural and food systems, to help build safe and efficient food systems that support smallholder agriculture and reduce poverty and hunger in rural areas, to increase the resilience of livelihoods to threats and crises, to help countries prepare for natural and human-caused disasters by reducing the risks and enhancing the resiliency in their food and agricultural systems. In July 2020, the Food and Agriculture Organizations Council approved a series of measures to modernize the organization and to make it more efficient and effective. An important element within the approved measures is the adoption of, quote, a more flexible organizational structure aimed at ensuring agility, optimal cross-sectoral collaboration, and better responses to emerging food needs and priorities, unquote.